中国新征程，世界新机遇。欢迎收看今晚特别策划《与世界对话：引领未来的中国智慧》。当前世界之变、时代之变、历史之变，正以前所未有的方式展开，各种关于发展和安全的社会思潮相互激烈博弈。如何塑造基于国际规则、体现国际共识的发展叙事和安全叙事，是一项重要课题。对此，习近平提出的全球发展倡议和全球安全倡议，为推动全球发展和安全事业注入新的思想动力，为推动构建人类命运共同体阐明了更有力、更具针对性和可行性的现实路径。而这两大倡议也写进了20大报告中。变局之下，全球需要什么样的发展理念？世界各国如何实现共同安全？两大倡议就此给出了怎样的中国答案？今天我们邀请到了来自美国、瑞典和斯里兰卡的专家学者一起讨论。2021年9月，习近平在第76届联大会议上发表题为“坚定信心，共克时艰，共建更加美好的世界”重要讲话，郑重提出了全球发展倡议，以全球发展面临的紧迫问题为切入点，推动2030年可持续发展议程的落实。
面对愈演愈烈的全球粮食危机，全球发展倡议致力于推动大国履行责任，共同实现全球零饥饿目标。在抗击全球疫情方面，中国已向153个国家和15个国际组织提供了数千亿件抗疫物资，为120多个国家和国际组织提供超过22亿剂次新冠疫苗，以自身贡献弥合国际免疫鸿沟。在基建领域，中方强调要摒弃零和思维，坚持共商、共建、共享，体现了把好事办好的中国智慧。在区域或多边层面，全球发展倡议打破全球南方与北方的界限，以其全球公共品的开放及包容，与区域性组织发展规划和愿景倡议实现有机对接，共同创造并共享发展红利。在双边层面，全球发展倡议在6个坚持范围内寻求最大公约数，推动全球发展倡议成为解决全球发展问题的大平台和大网络。全球发展倡议发出后，得到各方广泛支持，已有100多个国家和包括联合国在内的多个国际组织支持倡议，60多个国家加入中方在联合国平台成立的全球发展倡议之友小组。
有关全球发展倡议，我们马上要对话的是美国库恩基金会主席罗伯特·库恩，他是中国改革友谊奖章获得者，长期研究和观察中国的发展。库恩先生，您怎么来理解中国提出的全球发展倡议？
China's Global Development Initiative is one of China's most important proactive, visionary strategies and contributions to the way the world needs to look at the future. It is certainly the case that the world has many problems, from climate change, poverty alleviation, widespread poverty, and then significant geopolitical problems. In this initiative, China's development initiative is very important, and to understand it, one must need to understand the back history. Because what it builds on, which is China's prior initiative, which was the Belt and Road Initiative, but to build the infrastructure in developing countries, roads, railways, ports, power plants, telecom, gives the vehicle by which development then can occur. So as these projects are in place, then the Global Development Initiative builds on that in various categories. There are the things that build for the future, like education, projects that protect the present, like pandemic control, and healthcare facilities. But probably most important for an ongoing basis is the development of businesses and both on micro and medium-sized businesses, which is how China developed on its developmental path.
好的，谢谢库恩先生。正如库恩所言，全球发展倡议和“一带一路”倡议作为中国为全球提供的公共产品，把促进共同发展置于突出位置，形成了新的发力点和结合点。而接下来我们要请出的就是知名智库瑞典“一带一路”研究所的所长史蒂芬·布鲁尔。布鲁尔先生，您长期研究中国的一带一路倡议，那么在您的观察当中，从一带一路倡议到全球发展倡议，您怎么来体会和理解其中的变和不变？
It is clear that nearly 150 nations at this point have joined the Belt and Road Initiative with the idea that this represents a true basis to move forward with development in those areas of the world which have been denied it, in general parts of Africa, South America, many parts of Asia. And the general emphasis, which is, I think, very crucial, is the notion of investment in infrastructure development without conditionalities, without coming in and insisting that governments in other parts of the world who are interested in collaborating with China must do X, Y, and Z. President Xi Jinping outlined in the Belt and Road, as I've identified, as a community for a shared future for mankind. China, as a great civilization, is going to contribute in a fundamental way to the future of mankind. Also, President Xi Jinping, again, before the UN, proposed the new perspective, or not a new, but a global development initiative. I think this is just a continued effort on the part of China and the government to find channels, if they can, to work together, to find those forces in the West that wish to work together.
谢谢布劳尔先生。的确，全球发展倡议体现了中国参与全球治理时一以贯之的思路和理念。而接下来我们要请出的就是这个领域的专家，那就是2007年诺贝尔和平奖共同得主、前联合国气候变化专门委员会副主席莫汉·穆纳辛格。穆纳辛格先生在可持续发展的道路中，气候变暖的挑战可以说是首当其冲。所以您怎么看中国在全球发展倡议当中展现的路径和担当？
China is a favorite country because its poverty reduction efforts have been spectacular. To raise almost 1 billion people out of poverty in the last 3 decades is an amazing feat. If you look at the poverty, the social goals and distributional goals, the economic goals of growth, and now the environmental goals, this is a sustainable development triangle. I think China is showing us the way forward to a more sustainable world. Any conflict, any confrontation is not going to help progress on climate change, because climate change is a big tent. We need everybody, all stakeholders, 7.5 billion people on the planet to work together. I do know that on the broad front of addressing environmental problems, and particularly the problems with water and land use, China has been very good at meeting its targets. And if it says it will meet its goals, I think more than many other countries in the world, we can have confidence that they will achieve those goals.
好的，谢谢穆纳辛格先生。和发展一样，安全也是全球治理层面的重要驱动之轮，二者是一体两翼，需要统筹协调的。紧跟全球发展倡议，今年4月，习近平在博鳌亚洲论坛年会开幕式上提出全球安全倡议，进一步生动诠释了人类命运共同体的理念。
全球安全倡议紧密结合当前国际政治经济环境，坚持共同、综合、合作、可持续的安全观，倡导对话而不对抗，结伴而不结盟，共赢而非零和的新型安全之路，是对西方现实主义地缘政治安全理论和安全困境选择分析范式的超越。从区域层面看，全球安全倡议注重搭建亚洲地区安全和合作新框架，推动建设开放、透明、平等的亚太安全新框架。中国同时明确宣示，反对任何借印太战略分裂地区、制造新冷战、拼凑亚太版北约等行为。从实践上看，全球安全倡议强调发挥联合国的核心作用，通过对话协商，以和平方式解决国家间分歧和争端，统筹维护传统领域和非传统领域安全等，展示了完整、清晰、全面开展全球安全治理的路线图。
继续请出罗伯特·库恩。 库恩先生，在全球发展倡议提出不到1年之后，中国又提出了全球安全倡议，您怎么来理解其中的内涵和意义呢？
The Global Security Initiative is China's proactive way of dealing with the modern governance of the world. And this is more complex because it involves competing interests in the world. There are very contentious issues in the world. We obviously have some relating to China. The need for the Global Security Initiative is clearly more present today, and I look upon it. One does not have to agree with all of China's diplomatic positions to appreciate that China does want to participate and should participate. Largest population, second largest economy, largest trading nation, largest nation with international reserves, participate in all aspects of international affairs. And so China's proactive involvement on that is a net positive for the world, even if many countries, particularly developed countries, disagree with this or that policy. And that's why you have international organizations. That's why you need security, because there is disagreement. Most important thing is to engage in serious dialogue, both publicly and privately.
好的，谢谢库恩先生。践行全球安全倡议重在聚焦行动。从“一带一路”倡议到全球发展倡议，中国致力于各国共同发展，以发展促安全，构建全球发展共同体和安全共同体。对此，也要请问布洛尔先生，在您有一个非常重要的观点啊，那就是经济利益是政治安全的前提。所以在您看来，在全球治理的过程当中，要以发展促安全，具体应该怎么做呢？
In my view, the foundation for avoiding a Cold War is based on a recognition of common economic interests among all nations, both for proper modernization and development, as well as recovery. And naturally, until it is stopped, the basis which is essential, the foundation for avoiding a Cold War or even a hot war, is economic cooperation. Now, there are scientific principles which are fundamentally at work in China and have been at times at work in the West, but are not working in the West and have not been working in the West for decades now because of a monetarist focus on speculation as of monetary value rather than real physical economic investments in modernization of infrastructure. That needs to change, and when that changes, the basis for avoiding any further conflict and Cold War based on economic cooperation can become the alternative. As you see in the background, how we could work together for global cooperation and elimination of poverty for all humanity.
好的，谢谢布洛尔先生，也再次感谢3位参与我们的讨论。安全是发展的前提，发展是安全的外延。全球发展倡议与全球安全倡议相辅相成，呼应和平、发展、合作、共赢的时代潮流，为国际社会应对和平赤字、安全赤字、信任赤字、治理赤字提供了新支撑，彰显了中国引领全球治理迈向正确轨道的大国担当。